Alright. Let's see. Yep, there we go. Oh. Alright, welcome back to F1 Broke Boys Tier 3 Season 11. Here we are then for round 7 of the season. For the Spanish Grand Prix at Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya. It's quite overcast, but it's not raining. Ahead of this race, we've got Jesus as our championship leader. After winning a last race, the Mystery Grand Prix, which was at Melbourne, Australia. So he leads the championship then by 3 points over Tolu and 15 points over Wardy in P3. And in the constructors, we've got Ferrari with a sizable lead over Aston Martin, 31 points to be exact, and then 35 over McLaren. And that's the standings going into this race. As we kick off with qualifying, and Bob is the first one out on track. He's always strong in qualifying, or he has been so far this season, ever since he's been promoted to Tier 3. In fact, already got a pole position to his name. Hasn't quite been able to convert it into a podium yet. And Parzival has already got a 5-place grid penalty for a collision with Jumpy Painter. What has happened there then? Both on their outlaps. Off to a great start then for Ferrari. Because one of the drivers already with a 5-place grid penalty. Bob already starting his lap. Madman has left the session, so hope he can try and get back as soon as possible. And Farag already with an invalidation, so probably through turns 1 and 2. It's very easy to just cut a little bit too much or run a little bit too wide. Down into the braking zone. This is a very difficult traction zone. Even more so in the wet. The Tier X race was full wet qualifying and a full wet race. Tier 2 was completely dry. And Tier 3 seems to be dry so far. Can't see what the weather says for the race, of course, as Bob crosses the line. And first lap time on the board is 1:12.465. I'm sure we will be able to get into the 111s, maybe. Tier 2 pole yesterday was an 11.5. So a high 11 should theoretically be possible for Tier 3. So far we remain in the 12s. Shark across the line then. 12.6 as Alpha Pole goes to the top with a 0.3. 84 thousandths ahead of Bob. Now at the top of the times. Haza, as always, on the mediums. What has happened there on the straight? Parzival once again with an incident. And he's not the only one. Don't tell me that's Jumpy Painter. It is Jumpy Painter. So it's not the first time these two have come together in this qualifying session. Already twice, but this time no grid penalty applied. But what the hell is going on between these two? Off to a great start so far. And Jumpy Painter with front wing damage. Simjak has connection issues. Parzival, I think he's got front wing damage as well. the Aston Martin gets out of the way. So a dramatic start to this session. Guess it will be talked about later on. In the meantime, Lennons has gone up to second place. Half a tenth behind Alpha Wall. Only 9 drivers so far has set a lap time. So then across the line, 1:12.5 is a good lap, puts him ahead of his teammate. And to provisional P4. Madman back on track, good to see. And he's on his first flying lap. And what's the Haas driver gonna be able to do? Currently, the only Haas out on track, as Paul's Ray unfortunately couldn't make it tonight. We might get a reserve driver in somewhere during this qualifying. Have to wait and see. And Madman up at the P5. Splits the two Visa Keshep RBs. And then we look at Farhawk, who was in contention for a race win last week in Australia, but had a few incidents. Couldn't quite get it done, but he does get it done on this occasion as he goes to the top to a 1:12.199 and is on provisional pole position by just under 0.2 of a second. Neither of our championship leaders has set a lap time yet. Both are on the lap though right now, and Tolu is going to be the first of the two to attempt to set a lap time. Zimniak once again leaving, it's far from ideal. Purple second sector, if I can believe the minimap. Not always accurate. And across the line for what will be a 1:12.7, just ahead of his teammate. But not quite good enough so far. But it is only his first flying lap. And what can our championship leader do? And Jesus, P12, behind his championship rival. And there we go with the second Haas driver, but he left immediately. I think he had some issues with taking control over the car in the garage. Another one of those glitches in this game. Never ends, and sure, that's so ironic. Talking about glitches and then I get one myself. Is this just me then, or? Okay. Yeah, wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. I'm gonna try to rejoin. It's far from ideal. It's something out of my control. There we go. So, Bob is the host. Hopefully that's not gonna have any consequences. And let's see, are we back? Yes, we are. Okay, right. Has anything changed? Yeah, Bob has gone to the top in the meantime. 112.11, 112.17. 22 thousandths ahead of Firehawk. Switch there now to B4. Just need to get back into my rhythm. As we see Haza now on the softs as well, currently down in P14, while his teammate is on provisional pole position with 6.5 minutes remaining, and his teammate's right ahead of him. Doesn't really get any slipstream from that. But is up on his time by almost 0.6 of a second. Could get him inside the top 6 maybe. If he finds a little bit more in the final sector as well. So he should be able to with the tire advantage, as Madman now into the top 3. With a 0.2. Getting very close to that 11 as Haza across the line for 112.4. In the end, B8, 2 thousandths of a second behind the Aston Martin of Lennon's. Sorry, this qualifying is a bit of a mess right now, but try to make something of it. Zimniak, good to see him on track. He's had some issues with the game. I'm not going to mention the glitches again, because it clearly affects myself as well when I say that. I'll take this curse on a whole another level. And look how close it is. The top 9 or the top 10 within 0.3 of each other. Really as close as it always is. Only the two Saubers are currently outside of a 1 second margin. Firehawk was 0.2 up on the first sector, but invalidated. Going back into the pit lane. Shark has just started his lap. So has his teammate, so the two V-Carbs trying to improve. And that's a minor improvement for Shark, 1/10 up. And his teammate, he's also 1/10 up. So he's currently on course for a top 3 right now. And that for a drive-through who's only scored 1 point so far this season. He's not even on the standings, he is, I think, 21st. Could be on for a very good result though today. Slight moment as he hits the inside curb. Could he find a little bit more time? Just lost a little bit, 200 still up. Still could get him into the top 4. Let's look at his teammate first though. Around the final corner, Shark goes, and what's it gonna be? Up to P4. What a lap there from Shark. Good improvement, quarter of a second up. And now we look at his teammate across the line, and he does go faster, just ahead of his teammate by a few thousandths of a second. But VCAR, P4 and P5 currently here in qualifying. That for a team who is last in the Constructors' Championship. What a turnaround in this session, and Williams really struggling so far. Twitch Terry is at the moment the higher Williams, but Tolu P11 only. Really been a difficult day so far for our championship leaders, with Jesus in P16 and Wardy in P15. Very marginal improvement for Twitch Terry through the middle sector, 8,000 up, but he only needs to gain 300s to be able to get him onto the second row. Will he be able to find a little bit more? He does find a little bit more, but just not quite enough to gain him a position. I think that is qualifying over for Twitch Terry, unless he has more fuel in the tank to try another lap after this cooldown lap. Currently everyone out on track, either on a push lap or on an out lap. Not sure who the first one is to cross the line. I think it is Carnator. To the final sector, 3.5 tenths up. But those 3.5 tenths could only get him up to P16. Around the final corner in the kick Sauber and across the line, and it is only P16. Then we see Shush Football FC, and he's invalidated, but I think he can do another lap. And now it's Haza, currently P10, up to P4, a marginal improvement, but it's good enough to gain him 6th position. That's how close it is, really. Then Josh Boschman is not improving, can go for another lap though, 15 seconds on the clock. And then we look at Alpha High Ball across the line, up to the top 3. Not quite the front row. Jumpy Painter though goes to the front, 112.114. Puts him on provisional pole position, but Bob beats him by almost a tenth of a second. Very close to that 111, a 112.017. And Bob is now on pole position, unless someone else can knock him off that throne. Not sure if anyone is on a lap that's good enough to beat him. Jesus, our championship leader, P17. Tolu P11. What is going on in this qualifying? Zimniak across the line goes to P4. What a lap! 1,000th of Firehawk, but an incredible improvement. Barty is P15. All our championship leaders are down, and Firehawk across the line and goes on to pole with a 111.916. There is your 111. In the dying moments, Firehawk steals pole position away from Bob. Or can Jumpy Painter do something about it? No, he can't. He's on the lap. Alpha High Ball not on a lap either. And I think that's it then for qualifying. And we've got Firehawk on pole position. I was gonna say for the second week in a row, but he didn't get it last week. He was a second. This time he is though on pole position. 1/10 clear of Bob in P2. Jumpy Painter in P3 ahead of Zimniak in P4 with a very good qualifying as well for him. Alpha High Ball, P5 in a McLaren. Then it's 1,000 ahead of, oh no, not 1,000, a few hundreds ahead of Madman. Shark in 7th ahead of Hasan, and then the other V-Carp of Soul Demon. P9 and Twitch Terry rounds out the top 10. So that's it for qualifying. As we look further down the order, Lennon's in the Aston Martin is P11, Josh Bushman in P12, Tolu second in the championship, P13, Just Football SC P14, Partsval P15, but will start P20 with, or P20, P19, last on the grid anyway, due to his grid penalty. Wardy, third in the championship, P16, Carnator P17, our championship leader Jesus in P18, and Finn Evans, who couldn't set a lap time, will start P18 though, because of Partsval's grid penalty. But that is it for qualifying. And it appears to be dry. Still. Or once again. But still overcast, so... Are we gonna see rain? I'm not sure. The threat is there from the clouds. Jumpy Painter can really make up some ground today, with the top 3 in the championship starting outside the top 10. Jumpy Painter is only 30 points off Jesus, but he is lining up in P3. So can Alpine Ball, who is P6 in the championship. Lines up in P5, and like I said before, Fischer Ketchup RB can score good points. And as we look at the strategy, we've got a few on soft. And I don't think you want to be on the soft unless there's a safety car very late on in the race, but the tire wear, I think it's just a little bit too high on the softs. So probably medium hard medium. Or medium soft for the ones who are very optimistic. But I didn't see it used much yesterday in the Tier 2 race. I did a medium hard as well. So did basically everyone at the front. And it got me towards the win, so it seems to be the winning strategy. But who knows? Maybe Zimniak can pull up something magic on the softs. And Jesus, who needs to try something because he's all the way down in P17, so with an ordinary strategy he might not be able to get any good result out of it. Needs to try something alternative. A hard soft medium race. Yeah, someone did start on the softs yesterday, but they dropped off after like 6 laps. So, and then you have to make the decision between mediums or hard. It's doable, for sure, but not sure if it's the quickest strategy. We shall see. I mean, prove me wrong, I guess. I'll shut up if we see Zimniak at the end of the race on the top step of the podium. Or who knows, some of these other drivers can be doing a medium soft strategy. Have to stretch it really long on the mediums. Partsval and Josh Sportsman on the hard, so, and here we go then. It's time Totally forgot, but here we go, the lights are out and Bob on the inside, Farhak on the outside, and they seem to get away evenly at the front. Yes, Farhak stays in the lead of this race, on the mediums of course, ahead of Bob. Zimniak already made up a place, he's gone up into P3, he's got past Jumpy Painter, who's got a V-Cup on his inside, who gets tagged from behind from Alpha Wall, but they seem to make it through the first few turns without any major issues, which is always good to see. There are about 3 wide in the background though. Gonna have to keep an eye out on the midfield, but Zimniak with a good start made up a place and is can already try and chase after the top 2. Jumpy Painter, Alpha Wall, Shark and Soul Demon, both of the V-Cups having a good start. P6 and 7, then it's Madman. Tolu has already found himself into the top 10, but he makes a bit of contact there with Haza, losing a few positions in the process. See side by side one of the Aston Martins gonna go all out of shape on the quick 90-degree right-hander. Zimniak already making light work of Bob, and he's up into second place. Good start for the Alpine. Jumpy Painter has almost gone into the wall. Be careful when rejoining, but on the exit it's already a difficult traction zone. And well, he nearly found himself into the wall. He managed to save it, but he is down in P14. P13 now as he goes wheel to wheel with Just Football FC into turn 1 and gets around the outside. So then, that's promoted Bob into P3. Or Alpha Bob to P4 I should say. 2 V-Cups now, P5 and 6. Then it's Madman, then the 2 Williams drivers. And the other Aston Martin of Lennon's rounding out the top 10. Wardy's made up a few places, he's P11. Jesus on his softs, not quite been able to get up as many positions as you would have liked on the softs. Currently in P15. Wardy now into the top 10 as Lennon's is dropping back a bit. Now getting overtaken by Haza for P11. GF Darfield is still in one piece, and that's the most important thing as we go on to lap 3. One of the Williams drivers I think is going a bit wide, coming out of the final corner. Bob having a little look, then we see a massive scrap already for P5. Soul Demon is right now in P5. And then it's Madman and Shark going wheel to wheel, little bit of contact. And Shark losing out another position on the exit to Tolu, who is now up into P7. Making good progress so far in this race. Yeah, the 2 Saubers really struggling at the back. As Terry is trying to go around the outside of Shark. It's a really awkward corner to try and overtake, and he backs out of it. You'll have to see it. That's some proper racecraft there by the Williams driver. Very clever to back out of that one. You don't really want to go side by side into that awkward chicane. It's now on the outside in the braking zone, a bit lagging. And not sure what is going on here. Then he is still in P8 with a bit of connection issues. Meanwhile at the front, Zimniak goes wide onto lap 4 and Firehawk might be under pressure here. Is Zimniak gonna go for the move? He's a long way behind. And he's gonna stay behind to the turn 1. Yes, he is. Ever seen Madman getting past Soul Demon? It's all fighting in the background as well with Haza and Wardy now. Going wheel to wheel, Red Bull keeps his nose on the inside, there's not much space to work with. Somehow they keep it on track. No, Jumpy Painter trying to fight his way back up the order. Goes around the outside of Haza. And he's back into P11. The big send there from Soul Demon on Madman. He gets the job done. Up at the P6 and then it's Tolu's in P5 right now. But the gap to the top 4 is already 4 seconds. That's going to be very, very difficult to close down. Especially when the top 4 is basically another DRS train. Just a little bit smaller than this one. Ooh, Wardy with a bit of a desperate move up the inside of Shark. And stays behind for now as we see Jumpy Painter with an even more desperate move up the inside. And E has to back out as well. The yellow flags are out. It's the Mercedes of Just Football. I see, how the hell did you end up there? It's a virtual safety car, but that's one weird place to crash. The only way I can think of, oh, did you really need to hit that bollard? It was just doing its thing. Did he hit the bump or did he make contact with someone? Surely either of those two things. Couldn't think of anything else of how you can crash at that point. Oh, the Jumpy Painter might have got the bump then. He has said that in chat right now. Just Football FC puts on a set of softs. So he will be pitting again in this race. Had to get his front ring replaced. Yeah. So it appears to be that he hit the bump indeed. As we see Shark and Wardy going at it yet again. And also Twitch Stereo having a little bit of a look on Madman, and Jumpy Painter is having a go at Wardy through the penultimate corner. That's not a place to go for an overtake, mate. That can only go badly. And Soul Demon, P5. Very good race for him so far. Don't wanna jinx him, of course. But, ooh, Alpha Wall. What has happened to Alpha Wall? He was, I swear he was, just with the top 3. He's now 2.7 behind Pop. And 1.1 ahead of Soul Demon in P5, so he must have had some sort of moment. And someone else who's having a moment is Twitch Terry in the Williams. That's another odd place to go off, but on the grass and down into P18. All sorts of battles right here in the midfield. Finn Evans having a look at the parts of Lobby. He's got a Sauber on his outside. He's gonna have to worry about that. Now the two Saubers go wheel to wheel, and I think they just made a bit contact there. Almost saw a Swiss civil war there. So he lost 2 seconds under VSC, so he either just didn't pay attention or made some sort of mistake. A bit clumsy though. Or he hit the bump, I don't know. It would be crazy if he hit the bump as well, because I've already seen so many people hit that bump. Sure is unfortunate for Alpha Wall. Zimniak on his softs is staying with Firehawk and Bob. Seems to be these 3 who are currently fighting it out for the win. Anything can happen, of course, but they've broken free of everyone else. Exactly. Everyone else should be hoping for a safety car, which is never unlikely in Tier 3. We saw one last week as well. Going white in the background was Shark, and he's under massive pressure from Madman, and we're also going to see Soul Demon go for the move on Alpha Bull, and Tolu having a look as well. Both of them getting past the McLaren, drops down to P6, while the other McLaren is making move upward. P7 for Wardy has got past Madman and Shark. And there we see Jumpy Painter who is trying to make something of the race after hitting the bump early on. Goes around the outside. Ooh, bit of contact, I think, between Shark and Madman. Has kicked off everything behind. What is going on between Shark, Lennons and Haza? Getting all tangled up with each other. And losing loads and loads of time. And, well, that's one way to ruin your race. Seemed like a very unfortunate incident. Initiated by Shark and Madman making contact with each other. Strong drive from Wardy indeed. And he does need it because his championship rival, one of his championship rivals, is in P5, but Wardy started from P15 if I'm not mistaken. And find it out rather quickly, he did. So 8 positions up, same for Tolu, 9 positions up. From P13 to P4 already. And in the meantime, Jesus has already found himself in the top 10 as well. Probably gained a few positions with that moment 1 lap ago. But it is all about staying out of trouble. And I think we're starting to see that the softs are slowly falling off from underneath the Alpine. It's just barely within the DRS range of Firehawk. Eight tenths is the gap now. When will we see him pull into the pit lane? Not this lap yet. I think he should stay out as long as he's able to stay within the DRS range. He's going to be under pressure from behind though. Bob is getting closer. He's not going to attack just yet. And that is our first track limit penalty. It took quite a while. But there we go then. On lap 10, Madman with a 3-second time penalty as Alpha Wall back into P4. Oh, what's going on here then? Madman off the racing line, off track. Fighting it out with the 2 Ferraris. And Wardy and Jumpy Painter, who slides losing control in turn 3, but does save it. It's been quite an unfortunate race so far for the Aston Martin. Not once but twice now losing control over his car. He's now fighting it out with Shark. Watch out, not much space given there. He is able to stay in P12 as Bob has got past Simniak. Simniak's gone off. Simniak has gone off. And I wonder if he hit the gravel on the outside, just went a little bit too wide. Or did Bob help him out there as we go 3 wide up ahead. I don't know where Jesus is. Jesus has gone off with his teammate. Oh, it's all kicking off here on lap 10. Simniak down to P13, that's so unlucky, man. That's completely ruined his strategy. He is still staying out though, for some weird reason. Well, Simniak has let Bob by, but I don't think it's quite the way he would have wanted to. And yeah, if he pits, he ends up in traffic. Well, he unfortunately has put himself into some traffic now. Yeah. Look at Finn Evans go, by the way. He did not qualify. He started P18. He's currently in P7. Don't tell me Jumpy Painter's had another moment. He's lost a few positions again. This is one massive scrap here in the midfield for P10 here. With Jesus, Shark, Simniak, Carnator, Jumpy Painter, Lennons, Hazard and Twitch all fighting it out for 1 position. Let's keep it calm and civil, guys, here. It's 22 laps to go. You can only lose your race here. Can't win it on lap 11. Wardy has lost the training. He has. By quite a bit as well. Carter gets a penalty. But indeed, Wardy 3.7 behind Soul Demon and Alpha Eyeball. We see a change of lead for the first time in this race. And Bob on lap 12 takes the lead from Firehawk, and it's become a 2-horse fight between these two. In the back, it's all kicking off in the midfield again. Bartsfall and Finn, who has lost 2 positions, down to P9. Then we've got Shark and Jesus down to 11. They are still continuing on the softs, by the way. Twitch Terry is into the pit lane on lap 12. It's quite an early pit stop from the mediums. And he's gone on to hards for 21 laps. Jumpy Painter, aggressive as ever. Sends it up the inside of Zimniak, but he does make it work. Who put Firehawk in tier 4 at the start? Yeah, I'm not sure actually. But, oh, Jumpy Painter again. And Zimniak again. Oh, not again for Zimniak. His race is all gone to shit basically, and he's got front wing damage. Oh man. Every time. He said it before the race actually. Probably gonna bottle it in the race anyway. Well, one way to jinx yourself. Damage to the front wing. Race pretty much over. He needs a safety car. He's not the only one, to be honest, who needs a safety car. All these guys need a safety car. Oh, Wardy, P15. What has happened to Wardy? I swear I'm missing like half the race and trying to keep up, but these guys keep doing shit. Yeah. Beautiful sentence. Shush Football FC has left the session. I'm gonna invite him back. Not sure if he wants to, but I'm gonna give him the opportunity anyway. Even though it's P19. P18, just get past Zimniak, who split it to mediums, which is an interesting strategy. And Josh Bushman into the wall. Your weekly appearance. Already hit the bump. No way. I swear, in tier 2, I don't remember anyone hitting the bump. And in tier 3 tonight, I think already like 4 people have hit the bump. It's just meant to be for tier 3, I swear. It's just typical. Very, very ironic. Tolu with an early pit stop to Hearts, Finn Evans, Jesus and Carnator all in as well. Jesus to mediums. Oh. Oh, huge area. Almost hitting the pit wall there. Would have been real tragic. And that was a safety car. Oh man. Oh. Sorry for laughing at that, but he was going slowly into the pit lane, and then he still manages to get a 10-second penalty for speeding. So that's just a bit embarrassing, in my opinion. Only Terrier did in tier 2. Yeah, that's Terrier to be honest. Just Bushman to softs. Yep, might as well try. Pretty calm at the front end, or is it? It's not calm at the front end! Oh my god. I cannot believe it. Man, no way, Bob. How did you do that? How did you do that? The final corner, man, it's flat out. Oh no, Bob. Bob. Aww. Oh, Bob is spun from the lead of this race. It's so painful to see. But Firehawk now inherits the lead with a 5.5 second gap to our 5 wall. It's just commentator's curse strikes again. How did Parzival end up in P3? He started P19. Like what? Firehawk to tier 2, yeah. Just don't let him have any fun. As soon as he wins, promote him. Seems to be the strategy. Twitch Terry has retired in pit lane, so good on him. As our race leader pulls into the pit lane, Firehawk on lap 14 onto 15. From mediums to hards. Can't get any more simple than that. Bob into the pit lane as well. Can he salvage a podium out of this? I'm not sure. What a costly mistake that was. Jumpy Painter onto the hearts as well. There we go with another 3-second penalty. It's Haza this time. What's up with these yellow flags, man? Oh, it's Twitch Terry, of course. Here we see Jesus and Finn Evans fighting it out. Minor contact there. Hopefully that Williams is not unghosted. Not really sure what to make of this race. Yeah, go Bob and Hasse. I was gonna say that, but as soon as I switched my camera to Bob, he spun off from the lead, while saying it was all calm at the front end. As we see Lennon's into the pit lane as well, we're only halfway into this race. Yeah, Parzival is doing a mega job right now. He's on the hards as well. Not sure where it would come out if he pits, but we will see. Soul Demon and Toru fighting out. No, Toru is actually a contender for the podium, by the way, from P13 on the grid. Nice still fight here between Jumpy Painter and Hasse. Going wheel to wheel through turn 3. Yes, the Martin keeps it round the outside. And Hasse on the inside still, they're going at it wheel to wheel. Who is going to come out in front? Hasse now has the outside. The inside is for Jumpy Painter. They're still going wheel to wheel. What an incredible battle we are witnessing here. It's gonna have to end at some point, and it does. Right before this chicane. Fortunately enough. To answer your question, Critical Skills is racing tier 2, and not only that, but he's my teammate as well. And to add on to that, he just did a phenomenal job yesterday, as we see Jumpy Painter get a 3-second penalty, because on the final lap I was in the lead with a whole bunch of cars behind me, and he just gave me the DRS as a backmarker. Like, what more could you ask of a teammate? And it won me the race, so there you have it with Critical Skills. Don't need to know anything else. Yellow flags are out, and it's a Sauber. It's Josh Boschman reversing on the track. He's on softs, and he spun it. He's going rather slowly. Wardy has gone off. Wardy has spun once again in this race. And damage. He's just done a Josh Boschman there. Just as I was talking about him. Absolute gem indeed. Josh Boschman retires from the session, no surprises there. Josh Verpoel is racing again actually, so he did join back. Just another shit glitch from this game. Madman into the pit lane. Soul Demon and Toru swapping positions. Oh, I think he got an illegal overtake for overtaking under yellow flags. Really what Firehawk needs to do is just finish the race and hope no safety car comes out. Because he's got a 6 seconds advantage to Toru, who is on 2-lap older tires as well. Safety car's the only thing that can ruin Firehawk's race, or he just goes off by himself. But I'm not wishing him that, don't worry. I think he can very much win this race. He's got the pace, and he's looked strong all evening long so far. And our new race leader is into the pit lane while Bob gets a 3-second penalty. L5 wall has gone very long on these mediums, actually 20 laps. Shark into the pit lane as well, both from the mediums, and Alpha Ball to softs, so an aggressive strategy there for the McLaren. 13 laps is a long way to go on the softs, 14 laps in fact. Do I see Zimniak off the track? I see an Alpine. Do I see someone with the bump? Or Or is Hazard just driving an alternative layout there? But I think he had hit the bump. Seeing the way he was off, Zimniak found himself once again with front wing damage. Driving the alternative layout as well, so apparently we're going back to 2021. And I just have a feeling Zimniak is going to retire. Yeah, he is. Parzival from last to first, but he's onto the pit lane. At the end of lap 20 from hards, is he going to go onto mediums or is he going to go onto softs? If he's going to go onto softs, then he should have stayed out probably for a few more laps, but who am I to judge? Oh, he's going to go onto mediums and play it safe. I respect that. And there we go with Toru blasting past Soul Demon. These two can work together, but they're really not quick enough to catch Firehawk. The gap's now grown to 7.2. It was 6.0 a lap ago. Firehawk absolutely flying. Flying like a hawk. A hawk on fire. Yeah. Parzival's come out in P9. He let's see where can he finish. Let's take a look. He can get Bob and Finn and Madman and Jesus probably, although he's his teammate, but still he can get him. He might actually P4 might be on here if Alpha Wall's tires drop off. Parzival can get a really good result. The podium is a bit of a stretch. He's gonna have to hope that something happens to our top 3. At the moment these two are just working together, Tolu and Soul Demon. There we go again, swapping positions. 11 laps to go. Soul Demon is on for a podium position, by the way. He scored 1 point so far this season. He might just add 20 points to that, or 16. Crazy, crazy race. Madman and Jesus sticking his nose in, don't do that. And he did do that. And it's ended Finn Evans into the wall. Unfortunate, catching a stray. Unfortunate bystander. As Jesus and Madman collided, Finn Evans had nowhere to go except the wall. And that's unfortunate to see. He was having a good race so far. From last on the grid, or second to last. He stumbled down, unfortunately, after that to P14. Hate to see it. 8.5 seconds is the gap at the front. In a Mercedes sandwich, while Firehawk gets himself a 3-second penalty, though that's not going to hurt him at the moment. So unless a safety car comes out, he is still comfortably on course to win this race. Meanwhile, Alpha Wall is putting in the laps, and he's closing the gap to the two cars in front, who are swapping positions again. 2 seconds right now, but the softs won't last forever. Parzival up to P7. He's got his teammate already. He's making good progress. Next up on his list is Madman. Is he gonna have a go around the outside? Surely not. Can he go it? Oh, he can. What a move. Lovely move there from Parzival. Up at the P6. Bob ahead has got a penalty anyway, and he's on much older hard, so it shouldn't be too difficult for him to get past. And if I were him, I would wait until the main straight. Might as well. And he does. So, and is that Bob trying to play some DRS mind games here? It's not. Or at least, it's not working. Dole and Soul Demon, as always, swapping positions. Alpha Wall is right with him now. We've got 9 or 10 laps to go. Parsifal over to P5. Can he close the gap? It's 7 seconds. Well, it's quite a big gap. But you know, he's got fresher tires, much better tires. And he's got clean air to try and put in the laps. And his teammate can finish P6 with Bob and Madman's penalties. 9.5 seconds now on Fighter. I'm glad the race has settled down a bit from all the chaos we've seen in the opening stages. Well, not necessarily the opening stages, but at the midway point of this race, from lap 10, lap 11 onwards, got the real crazy Alpha Wall got past Tolu, and he's now trying to get past Soul Demon. He's had a little bit of a moment though, and he now finds himself with a Williams up the inside again. Oh, cutting very, very close in front of the front wing of Tolu there. Will be a matter of time before Alpha Paul gets up to second place, gets past Soul Demon. The real challenge will begin when he has to try and pull away from them. I believe he still has tire advantage, but for how much longer? Here we go then. As the McLaren sails by. He's now up into second place. Good recovery so far, but the gap to Firehawk is just a little bit too big, I think. Big scrap in the midfield once again. Bob and Jesus. Jesus got past the Red Bull, and Bob is now under pressure from Shark as well. Shark up the inside. He is on the softs. Switches to the inside. Oh, what a move! Shark late on the brakes, and on the inside Bob has gone off. He's had a moment, but Shark with an incredible move there, fakes to the right and then switches to the left hand side, sends it up the inside, and it was nice and clean as well. I have to give him that. Lovely move to get himself up into P8, and Bob unfortunately drops down to P10. And it's about to be P11 as Jumpy Painters got past. It's really not going in the way of Bob's direction so far in the races. He's there in qualifying always, but the races seem to be a struggle. And that is Soul Demon up the inside of Alpha Wall, who is unable to build a gap. And that's not great news for him. And Jesus now P6. The gap between Parsifal and Tolu has shrunk, but not too much, 6 seconds, so he's gained maybe a second there. He's gonna run out of laps before he will catch them, or run out of tires. Chess Football retiring in pit lane. He is our 4th retirement. So everyone else will score points if they finish. So just keep that in mind. Just finish the race. As the top 15 gets points Alpha Ball has re-overtaken Soul Demon. We're looking at Jesus though, he's under pressure from Shark. And Shark gets past. Well, they fight it out for P2 as well. Soul Demon and Alpha Ball. Alpha Ball back down to P3. Dodo is having a look as well. Side by side through turn 3, Shark and Madman. And the two Aston Martins there as well. Madman up the inside, Lennon's around the outside. Can he make it work? Oh, they're going 3 wide with and Haas in the middle. It's an Aston Martin sandwich. Surely this can't go well. Oh, on the exit and it doesn't go well. As Madman and Jumpy Painter go off, and as he rejoins, hits the side of Bob, and which put him right back into the side of Jumpy Painter, and now he's stuck. Now he is stuck. You can use reset the track if you're stuck. There we go. It's on stream, so don't worry about that penalty, but I'm sure he won't worry about that because he's got bigger things to worry about. Because he's just lost a top 10 finish, maybe even top 6. That's very unfortunate. It was gonna happen, man. 3 wide into that turn was never gonna work. Ooh. 11.6 is the gap at the front between Firehawk and Alpha Ball. And Alpha Ball stars will only get worse. That's Carnot around the outside of Haza. Four laps to go. Who is going to get this second place? It's between these 3. Toto has got it now. And Soul Demon is going to try and attempt to get past the McLaren driver, wheel to wheel, around the outside, and Soul Demon does get past. 10 laps old are these softs. The gap to Parzival is down to 3.3. Still a bit of a stretch, he needs to gain a second a lap. It's not impossible, I think. Because the softs will drop off. And Shark has got an entire train of cars behind him as well. He needs to keep behind him to P10. He's got a penalty as well, so Jesus and Lennon's will get him anyway. P8 isn't certain yet in either. Here we go then, 3 laps to go. Firehawk is on course to win his first race of this season in Tier 3. Toto is on course to finish second, but Soul Demon is closing. It's all about who is behind, going on to the final lap. Or on the final lap. And Lennon's has got past Jesus. This is for position. Neither of them have got a penalty, so gonna have to play it strategically as Toto and Soul Demon fight it out. Yellow flags are out. Is it Haza who's gone off, or is it Bob? I think it might have been Bob. Once again, at least his P10 is quite safe then. I doubt he will be satisfied with that though. 2 seconds is the gap between Toto, Soul Demon and Alpha Ball and Parzival. I think he's just gonna run out of laps, not by much. Can have to hope for a miracle. These 3 will have DRS on each other. On to the penultimate lap of this race. Soul Demon is gonna re-overtake. Pulls alongside. And he's back into second place. And because of the DRS, the gap has grown to 2.5 again. Ooh, Bob with another 3-second penalty. Well, that's guaranteed him P10 then. Whoa, total into the back of Soul Demon, fortunately. No real consequences. They keep it pointing in the right direction. .9, so Parsifal will have to take that P5. I'm sure he will be pleased with that though, because he started P19. Incredible comeback drive. And good points for the team. As they lead in the constructors. Meanwhile, Firehawk has entered the final lap of this race. On course to win his first race of the season. 14 seconds the gap to Tolu, who has got past Soul Demon and Alpha Ball the long way around the outside, wheel to wheel into turn 1. This is all in favor of Tolu, and Alpha Ball has got the position. Soul Demon losing out on the podium on the final lap. Lennon's P6, Jesus gone to P7, he's got past Shark on track. Not gonna join, mate. Into the final sector. Firehawk. Yeah. Started on pole position, missed out on pole position last week, and he rounds the final corner to absolutely crush the opposition. Firehawk wins the Spanish Grand Prix by quite a distance there, almost 14 seconds. Phenomenal drive, didn't step a single foot wrong today, where others did. Tolu is gonna take second place to the line. Soul Demons drag races Alpha Ball, but Alpha Ball clinches that final spot on the podium by 46 thousandths of a second to Soul Demon in P4. Parsifal P5 from last on the grid. Lennon's P6, Jesus P7 from the back of the grid as well. Shark in P8, Jumpy Paint in 9, and Bob rounding out the top 10 ahead of his teammate Vahasa in 11th. Carnotaur P12. Wardy with a disappointing result as well will finish P13. As he crashed it across the line, so does Madman, but he doesn't even reach the finish line. Well done, mate. That's just stupid. And Finn Evans will say, thank you very much. I'll take the P14, I guess. Two points in the back. But what a race, what a performance, what a drive from Firehawk. Dominant display here in Tier 3 around Barcelona. And here we have the final results. Yeah, crazy race that was. Total from P13 to P2 as well. Fastest lap of the race went to Josh Boschman. Why did nobody steal his lap? Anyway then, that's it for tonight, actually. next week we will return, and it will be the final race before the season break or the Christmas break. So next week, round 8 of the season for the Singapore Grand Prix, and after that it's a few weeks before we return on what will be the 9th of January, on my birthday actually, so not sure if I am going to be commentating that race, but I'll see that by that time. But for now, thank you all for watching, and I will see you next week. So goodbye, have a good one, good night.